Hello everybody, today I'm back with another video and we're going to be ranking characters based off of their ultimates. Okay, yeah. So I was just turning down my volume. So we're going to be turning on Infinite Awakening and turning off cooldowns. Applied to the user so this works every time. So first of all, we're going to need a attacking dummy. And we can use the normal dummy. Okay, so first, what we're gonna want. So first, we're going to go to Gojo. I'm gonna rank Gojo. I'm gonna rank them based off of their ultimates. So that's why I got Infinite Awakening. So first, we're gonna be first Infinite Void.
領域展開
This is a pretty good. Like I don't know why the dummies ain't like the dummies freaking visible, but this is a good domain. You can punish easily. Well, you know, if you don't just freaking stand idly, that is. This move, it essentially one-shots, but it's decently easy to just run away from. Hold on. And then if you get them low enough, freaking beat them. You can actually take a hollow nuke. Ow. Anyways, I don't think the hollow nuke actually. I don't think the hollow nuke actually. Sorry. I'm not sure if you can hear me over the music. But if you could, I'm sorry. But I'm not sure the Hollow Nuke can actually one-shot. So we're going to actually test that out. Yeah, not one-shot, but it is essentially just a mini Hollow Nuke. I like the fact that Reversal Red he has a Black Flash variant, makes it really good. Overall, this character is going to be a character. Gojo is going to be definitely an S tier for. Hold on, I'm gonna like. What's all here? It's gonna be a lot easier. Probably should have done this before, but I didn't know that I could, so. Hold on, I'm sorry. So, Dodo, almost got all of them. Dodo, Mojito. Alright, so oh wait, no. Wait, can I really get rid of that? Okay, well, I don't think I can, but that's fine. Next, we're going to be ranking vessels. I'm really struggling with this for some reason. There you go. Anyways, for the ultimate,
領域展開
definitely the ultimate, but I do like the fact the rush is also pretty. The rush is pretty good. Cancel spell of actually has 2 variant. Some good damage. Also has some good damage, and also has that. Also has the slash, which is about 75% of your HP, which is performed with 1, 1, 3, 2, AUG. Like that. This character is definitely, it's not as strong as Gojo, but it's definitely probably an A tier for ultimate, just due to the fact that it actually has a blockable ability, which would be this. It's literally blockable from all sides. And also his domain is blockable as well. Restless Gambler. Now, his ult on its own, like when you press the ultimate bar, it's not that strong on its own. But
領域展開
so, for example, say, hold on. Are you after this? No. But, yeah, that actually reverses your HP. Like, by reverses your HP, I mean like any progress that has been done that's reverse your HP is just gone. The only real bad thing about it is that it's not a guaranteed one. It is quite literally not guaranteed to be
領域
ultimate.
展開
By 2 visuals means successfully doing your power, landing Fever Breaker, or just using Shutter Doors in general. This character is extremely skilled until it comes to the actual. As you can see, I'm not lucky enough for this, but eventually. I
領
personally
域
think
展開
it's more likely to be S tier. Well, that was just, I really like that. Ah, here's the ultimate. Finally, third try. This ultimate's actually really powerful. And fun fact about this ultimate, you can quite literally tank through the Kuna's domain. If you have this domain if you have this ultimate active, you can just act like the King's domain doesn't exist. So that's the damage for that one. I think that's about like 25%. The others, also about 25%. Overwhelming in the depths is the most powerful. I think the more you dance, the more powerful your attacks get. I think that's kind of the point. Oh no, I think you just get faster. So literally, if you just stack them up in a private server, which you will not be able to do this in the public server, not the same. You can do this even faster, actually. Hold on. If you turn on no stub. No. Check this out, buddy. Oh. Way to travel in mods. Anyways, sorry, I'm getting way too distracted. This was way too much fun. Anyways, this is definitely an S tier, definitely above Gojo. Oh no. Yoink. Anyways, I'm having way too much fun with this. Anyways, so if you press G with this, you can actually go back into your original moveset. So right, no stone. I forgot. Anyway, shut them up. But so this is what Shadow Form does. Fun fact, actually. I forgot I missed one. Fun fact, the Great Serpent actually, I think, does more damage the more you throw at him. Also, yes, Maharaga. This treasure, I summon Maharaga. And, so, if you press G and then R, after you choose adaptation, you go to you go to this one, which is where you unlock the World Cutting Slash for Maharaga. It doesn't do as much damage as the world cutting slash for you know, for a character such as Sukuna's. Well, that's to be expected, really. This is how his thing works. Hold on, let me make this a bit easier on myself. You will not be able to spam this in the actual game, but if you can fully adapt to something like M1s, they barely do any damage. The only things they really do is just knock you over a little bit. Character is actually really powerful. Just especially the fact that especially the fact that if you get a real sticky situation, you can just throw somebody off the map. Rotate slash also has a pretty high AoE, so it does enough. Can actually down Sam as Morgana. This is a Divine Pummel, and this is Earthbound. You have to hold it, time it perfectly to get it at its max power, and this is what happens when you don't hold it. Yeah, block force will hold it. If you do hold it, then it just ragdolls the player. And once you change, I don't think you change back to your original character, to your original takedown. So I'm rating this character for its ultimate above Yuji, but definitely not S tier. So perfection. Now, I mean, I already know where I'm rating this, but yeah, here's why. So you do this, and then you press your awakening, and then press G. You can black flash. If you land this black flash, or if you miss the black flash, will just take up your idle transfiguration. If you look closely right here, it actually the idle transfiguration flashes white, meaning that it has actually been used. Twice, you ultimate awaken. I will cover the ultimate awaken first because it is actually much more powerful. It's actually really powerful. It's not more powerful, really. I suggest only really using this if you miss your domain and you already have Black Flash in your thing. Once you do this, you can't use your special. You can't Black Flash again, but you get a special dash variant. Only Super Awakened Mahito gets actually, which I think is actually a cool feature. Doesn't do that much damage, but I do like the design of it. Maybe. The moves overall do more damage, but this is like one of the most reliable moves in the game. Also, yes, you do get a cool freaking Black Flash. So, I'm going to be showing you from this spawn point. You get to a completely different spawn point within just the widespread strikes. That's faster than Naoya dashing. I'm pretty sure. Anyways, so we're gonna need a This is a custom blocking animation, and it's quite literally meant to hide this blocking animation. Quite literally meant to hide the head splitter. I mean, you can either hide it or you could just freaking time it correctly. I mean, not a lot of people are gonna fall for the head splitter. It's, a lot of people are gonna actually fall for the head splitter, but if somebody's very perceptive, they'll notice that, oh hey, that was a bit later than the normal blocking. They're probably using head splitter, and they're just not gonna, and they're just like not gonna do anything. So, and well, I'm gonna have to show you the original one. So hold on, give me a second. Currently, I'm not sure if it's spike. Hold on. So the most noble move for this thing, I think, is okay. So this goes from there to there within the. Okay, yeah, it's definitely spike graph. But here's what the normal one does. If you time it just right, okay. If you time it just right, that does that. And yeah, it's an insta kill. That's what happens when you use embodiment of self-deception. So yeah, the closer you get to somebody, the faster their bar will deplete. And once that bar depletes fully, they're dead. So this is the body specialist of the club. Since the dummy, won't really react, he's just gonna die. Oh, that's not what I meant to do. But hey, that's not true. It's fine. Anyways, this is what the body special, this body figure will do when you have it in the club mode. Again, when you go into a blade mode, you can see it resembles some similarities to spike graph. This is what idle transfiguration does without hitting it twice. Just kind of sends them flying a bit. But overall, if you land it correctly, if you land these correctly, this is actually much more suitable. But overall, the super ult is much talented, and honestly, it just looks cooler. Imagine just doing this to somebody. Oh yeah, also, if somebody's camping, like up here, you can easily just face blitz. Sure, you have to time it right, but you can get onto the tallest buildings just to face blitz. Unfortunately, the crushing beatdown, the crushing rushdown is actually blockable. Stupid tree. Hold on. Man, I suck at this. And that's actually one of the few ultimate moves that actually have thingy, thing. So we're gonna go with Blood Manipulator next. I remember that I put a now the reason why I put it higher than Hakari is because it's literally a one shot. His entire like three of his ult moves are one shot, and he can extend his ult further. Now this is Choso's ultimate. Animation is amazing. The damage of all the abilities. Well, just Leaf King and Plasma Wave is going to be a one-shot combo. Slicing execution. Now, if you look closely, that barely did any damage. Now, look closer. much more damage. This one is affected by your special. In Blood Rain, this ability sucks. Never use this. Like, quite literally, it sucks. It drains your ultimate bar, and it barely does any damage. You're better off using your normal abilities, or if your abilities are on cooldown for too long, and your awakening will be over by the time your abilities go off cooldown, then you should use Blood Rain for that extra damage. Overall, Choso is not amazing. Definitely gonna go into the B tier category. Definitely much worse than Yuji. Noticeably. Now, Toto. Toto is a special case. He's just like Toto is just like Choso in this special case category. They don't have any sort of domain or anything that could level them up in their ultimate. See, highlights could use a little bit, but it's like really short range. This is climax jumping's range, pretty high range. This is what it looks like when it hits. That's what I'm planning to play. This is Dreams, and this is Brothers. This is actually a counter attack. It's one of the very few. This is like one of the very few characters with a counter attack. There's a counter attack and an ult. Overall, Toto's Hope, the fact that it doesn't have a the fact that it doesn't have a domain makes it really easy to run away from it, meaning that I'm gonna have to put it above Yuji, but below Megumi. By the way, the reason why Megumi is so low is because, well, Maharaga. No one's gonna let you summon Maharaga. And now we're gonna go to Defense Attorney. I forgot the guy's actual name. This guy, just like Hikari,
領域
immediately
展
goes
開
into a domain. Here's what happens when you get the thing. So, this is what happens when you get the thing. By the way, the NPC will always choose silence. This is execution. Despite its name, it is not a guaranteed kill. Unless it's hit from behind, of course. Okay. Well, unless it's hit from behind, like sometimes. Yeah, if they're at like 50% HP, it's a one-shot. Now, Final Judgment. This is a quick time event. Okay. Well, if I could hit it, it would be a quick time event. A, A, B, W, D, A, B, W, W, D, W, W, Yep, it's an insta-kill if you win. And if you lose... Okay, I don't think you can lose against a dummy. Okay, so that's what happens when you lose. It's not an insta-kill, but it does do some damage. That's what happens with triple sentencing. It's an insta-kill, I'm pretty sure. Hold on, let me double check. Okay, if I could land it, it would be an insta-kill. Okay, yeah, it's definitely an insta-kill. If you land it, of course. And then throw it. I don't know what it means by oh. If you use it 3 times about, it's an insta-kill. Or if they have, like, less than If they only have one limb left after you use it, then that's an insta-kill. Uh, so, but there is a chance that you don't land it. Like, I can show you. Hold on. Let me just, please don't spawn me across. Okay, well, spawn me across the map. Great. Luckily, the map isn't huge, like from Showdown. Oh, gosh. Okay, but this is what happens when you
領
don't
域展
actually
開
fully do the thing. Gotta wait a little bit, though. Also, a little fun fact. This guy follows you. Like, I don't know his deal, but he follows you. And he's fast, too. Oh, never mind. He just goes through you guys. Confess. Denial. Denial again. And then after that, this should be the last kill for you. Okay, well, you technically get. Okay, never mind.
領域展開
So, this is what happens when you don't fully fill up the thing. What? Hold on, I didn't think that was a thing. No, you cannot have my green beans. Get out of here. Hold on,
領
so
域展開
that's confusing. Hold on, so no,
領
wait,
域展
what?
開
Doing a green combo? That's what happens when you end it
領
early
域
like
展
that.
開
You always have the chance to end it early, I think. I don't feel like that's a crime, actually. And then you can end it early. I don't think that really changes anything. Yeah, that doesn't change. On the third use of execution. Yeah, hold on, so. Wait, does the immortal dummy die if I use execution on him like 3 times? No, he does not. Okay. Maybe final judgment, who knows? No, he does not. Okay. I have to test that out. So if I just charge that up, can I like no, it does not. Does not guarantee. It does not work like that. You have to hit the person 3 times with the execution. That means if you hit them 2 times, then they just freaking die. Anyways, I don't think this. I don't think anything changes, but this isn't. It's not guaranteed, which is the bad part, and it doesn't put you in an overpowered invincible state where you can not die. So this character definitely an S tier. You have like 3 insta kills, but it's not better than Megumi. Okay, well, he actually is better than Megumi. What am I saying? Yes. Here. It's like top A tier. Ultimate. I'm not like okay, so we can't We can't use Puppet Master because I don't have early access. But we can use this one. Besides, I feel like ranking an unfinished frickin' thing would be unfair. So we're gonna spawn an attacking dummy. Uh, this is like the only full ultimate that actually requires the user to counter. The more you use this, the faster you get until your special bar's full, and then you go like this. I don't think that it stacks, so I don't think you would have to use it again. Yeah, no, you don't. The fun fact about this one, it has lock on to use it once. So basically, you can send the flying Flash freezing actually does a lot of damage. Super grab only really does that, and the only real reason to use it is for this. The reason why I still have ult is because there's Ultimate Awakening. So there's Infinite Awakening on, and I turn off Infinite Awakening. I suggest if you're going against a real threat such as Maharaga, you use it. But if you're not going against Maharaga, there's no real point. So this is what it should look like when you use it. King goes all the way down, but you can do this. Yeah. If you're caught in this domain, you're... See, I killed the dummy twice on the same domain. So essentially, you can kill two people if they're not holding block. This character is definitely really good with domain, but this character is definitely really good. Oh wait, I did them out of order. Okay, well that's fine. But he's definitely not going to be better than Toto. Well, no, sorry, Megumi. He's definitely better than Toto. The fact that he has the counter to use his awakening, and and it's like, and you're not even guaranteed to win if you use the awakening. It's a little bit sad. Now, since we skipped it, curse partners. Get over there. I'm not used to being so slow. Sorry. So kind of like so you actually have two things, and you can actually tell if they're in this by either if they're standing still and they're in their using their Rika thing by seeing this. Combo rest this much. Rika is still like very support based. A copy. This is true love beam. If you use it twice, then it only goes like that. But if you use that, it's an insta kill. Like seriously, if you get hit by this thing, then you're just screwed. And then, yeah. Now for the domain expansion, we're gonna actually. So we're gonna get like a blocking dummy, so that we can actually tell. that does that much damage. Overall, unless if you can do some major damage. Okay, so Rika doesn't really do major damage. The fact that you have two movesets and you don't even have to work for them is insane. Mojito is, if you skip the part where I judge Mojito, the reason why Mojito is the highest is because they have 3 insta-kill moves. What do you expect? Uh, Locust guy. This guy, this guy's ultimate is for absolute wussies. Like, seriously. You don't have to work for anything. All you have to do, one move. One move.
俺の
3 on
勝ち
ones, direct poison. They're dead. Like, just hold block and then they're just dead. They just die. This is by far one of the most broken possible ultimates.
俺の勝ち
I think that it would actually one-shot. Let me see. Yeah, clever and direct poison. That's an insta. That's like a one-shot combo.
俺の勝ち
It does.
俺の勝ち
You want to see how much damage it does? We're gonna see the. Okay, so you actually have to use a move, but yeah, it does 75% of your health, and if you get hit one more time, you're basically screwed.
俺の勝ち
Yeah, this is by far the most broken ultimate of all times. So, this is definitely going above Utah. Because at least you can stun Utah. You don't know when this ultimate's going to be coming. Star Rage. This is one of the intros. This is the only one of its type where you have to die to use it. Hold on. How do I? Where's my phone? Here it is. So, hold on. How to do. Um, yeah, that's honestly the variance just. Anyways, yeah, we're gonna need to get closer, I think. So the range on this is insane. And all you have to do is hold R afterwards. Yay! Now I'm pretty sure they died. I'm not sure if I'm now a little bit paranoid about that, but I'm gonna test if you actually have to. Oh no, you just have to have your ultimate bar awakened. You just have to have your bar active to use it. So yeah, besides that, it's just useless. Besides the variants, which barely anybody's gonna learn, this is useless. Yeah. Did you see that? Anyways, uh, this is definitely an S tier, but it's the lowest S tier. Okay, well, okay, I feel like okay, no, Megumi's definitely going in C tier, actually. When I really think about it, these are definitely going in C tier. And yeah, the main problem with Yuji is 90% of the time. Oh, yeah, this is definitely a. It's definitely like second to top A tier. I'll show you why. This thing is a one-shot counter, meaning you actually have to have skill to land this thing. And on top of that, so I'll show you. So here, so I'll get rid of Infinite Awakening. If I use this, you're gonna see that I actually have to use this again. And I have to time it correctly while I have to actually gain more awakenings and which is not the easiest thing to do, mind you. After I use my special, and I have to time the thing. It's mostly skill, but it's also it's a one-shot combo, like a one-shot counter. So, I mean, what do you expect? It's definitely staying there. I accidentally added two of the same image. Locust Guys is just freaking broken. This is definitely staying in S tier because it's a one-shot if you can land it. And, well, the only reason why it's the lowest S tier is okay, well, yeah, I think it might be. No, sorry. Okay, well, this is definitely going in B tier because this is really easy to run away from. Uh, it's definitely going high A tier because you can easily miss, and a lot of people don't actually know that you have to charge it up while it's doing that thing. Yeah. Anyways, that's what my tier list. Anyways, this is my tier list on JJES players, characters based off of how powerful their based on how powerful their ultimate is in comparison to each other. Now, I did include drawbacks like, for example, uh, Megumi. You're not getting, you're not getting a freaking, you're not getting Maharaga unless if your opponent is absolutely stupid or you're doing it on your dead opponent or you're using it on your opponent's dead character. I don't even think you can do that. I'll try it. Don't get me wrong, I'll try it. So if if it does work, I will increase it to B tier. Server, spawn low HP dummy. Oh, I didn't think they would die from one punch. I think they were that low. Oh, wait, does it cancel? It doesn't cancel. Okay, well that's just M1s. You gotta also gotta account for things like putting it through Shadow Swarm and crap. So that's all. Yeah, it doesn't even matter if it's dismembered. You just have to be near the torso. Okay, yeah, Megumi's definitely going higher up. Okay, Megumi's definitely top of B tier now. It's not A tier, definitely not. Due to just the low damage that it does. But if you're in a private server, this is definitely an A tier to mess around with your friends. Turn off cooldowns and turn on no stun. If you get an auto clicker, hold on. If you get an auto clicker, so like click it, it's my auto clicker. If I do something like this, so no HP dummy because it doesn't really matter, and then I just like oh, so now work on moves. I'm pressing too fast. Maybe like 30. Enable to enable. Oh no, you just can't click moves. Okay, I didn't know that. Okay, well, never mind, but you can still spam 4. So funny. Ultimate Baccarat. And then if you reset, look at the wheels. That's big effort. Okay, but this is my official tier list. Now that I, okay, well, it's okay. Only because Utah's a bum. But yeah, this is my official tier list of JJS characters. And if you don't agree and you point out anything that I missed, please tell me in the comments and have a good one. Bye.